When's the next one? Will there be another one? Are we going to listen to that poor father who's lost his son and do something this time, or are we going to let another one come and go? Deneen is still with us. Joining us, Shagun Oduolowu, social commentator. Anahita Sedigatvar from AnahitaLaw.com. Shagun, I'll hear from you first.
Well, Dr. Drew, I agree with you. That gentleman who was talking about the loss of his kid, finally someone feels enough rage, especially outrage, that nothing was done. But what I think, and you know, America has this love of guns, and we don't really want to get into gun laws or whatever. What I will say is mental health, if you are diagnosed as bipolar, schizophrenic, I don't have a problem with your records being public knowledge. We make sex offenders register in neighborhoods. No. A mental patient or a mentally ill person off his medication is as dangerous as a rabid dog off its leash.
We have an attorney shaking your head, but Anahita, privacy. I'll qualify it even. May be bad for your health. How much worse could the outcome be for this kid? The privacy killed him.
Dr. Drew, I don't think it would have made a damn bit of difference in this case, because Shagun is right with one thing he said, and that this is not a gun issue. He was a mentally ill individual who was hell-bent on killing people, on going on a rampage. He stabbed 3 of his victims, Dr. Drew. So we can discuss the gun debate, the poor man that was speaking who lost a son. I understand his pain, but the issue should be on mental health. There is something that is severely failing in our society, the way we're dealing with mental health issues.
I agree.
This man fell through the cracks.
I don't think you understand his pain.
I understand, Shagun.
The loss of a child.
I can never understand the loss of a child, but this is not a gun issue. Shagun, he is going to kill people.
I agree, but the lack of privacy, I still think mentally ill patients should have to register when they are diagnosed.
How about just doctors should have the power to report it to people and talk about it and be a little more open so we don't stigmatize the illness so much.
How do you do that, Dr. Drew? Because here's the thing. Is every doctor or therapist going to report everyone that comes in, even if it's 1 visit, 2 visits? Are you going to want to discourage people from coming in and seeing you when they feel they need to speak with a therapist?
No, but
it's impractical.
No, but hold on, Shagun, I agree with you. When somebody is diagnosed with a mental illness, there needs to be something that pops up in their background check when they're trying to get a license for a gun, because no red flags popped up with him because he never had a criminal record. Elliot never had been treated or institutionalized. Right. So there needs to be reform with guns. There needs to be reform for mental health.
Where is the line drawn, though? Dr. Drew, if a patient comes to see you...
I've got a great idea. How about at the point at which a mental health professional decides you have a potentially, even remotely potentially dangerous behavioral problem, you don't get to enroll in school unless you've followed up and followed through on your mental health with a written report from your psychiatrist saying you are free and clear, and they're following up, and you every 3 months you file a new report, just they're doing fine, they're doing what they're supposed to do. And if they're not, guess what? You don't get to be in this institution. Amen. You don't get to be a part of our community.
Issue, though.
Absolutely, Dr. Drew.
I agree when it comes to the school issue, Dr. Drew, but when it comes to reporting individuals that may have even the slightest mental illness, not only is that impractical, but you do have to balance an individual's right to privacy.
No, but we didn't say the slightest.